So good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day you happen to be watching this. So welcome to a unique edition of Yoga Journey. So this is a pre-recording. Normally we're fortnightly live on a Monday on More Yoga's YouTube channel. No, More Yoga Zoom. So I'm Yvonne, and I'm a restorative and hatha yoga teacher with More Yoga. And Yoga Journeys is all about me finding out the journeys of yoga teachers of color. So Connection Cafe was More Yoga's way of getting everybody together during lockdown. And then in the light of the Black Lives Matter protests, I was asked to create a space to do whatever I felt was appropriate to raise the awareness of teachers of color or whatever. So I came up with asking teachers of color same 10 questions, and the answers have all been so different. It's been wonderful. So this afternoon, my guest is Joanne Joseph.
Hey,
Welcome, Jo.
Thank you so much, Yvonne.
You're most welcome. So before I delve into the Yoga Journeys questions, who is Joanne Joseph?
So I am a yoga teacher. I've been a yoga teacher for 5 years, but I've been practicing for about 17 years. I'm also a DJ, and I've been doing that for 30 years. So I've got the yin and the yang going on. Yeah. So I love both jobs, and the yoga has kept me sane, to say the least.
Amazing. What is your music genre? What's your speciality?
Well, my main genre is house music, sort of nice sort of soulful stuff as well, and I do play disco as well.
Amazing. What a wonderful combination. Indeed, indeed. Okay, so are you ready for the Yoga Journeys question?
Yes, I am.
Okay. First question. Honoring our ancestors, please tell us your family lineage.
I am mixed. So my father is Nigerian, and he's from the Yoruba tribe, and my mother's Indian.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've got a mix I've not come across very often, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, but I love it. Absolutely love it.
Where did your parents meet? Do you know?
I think they met here in England. My mum's a nurse and my father was a doctor, so they met at work, I guess.
Amazing. Amazing. Wonderful. Thank you so much. So jumping into the yoga journey itself, where, when, and with whom was your first yoga class?
It's funny that, because I really remember it very clearly. I used to live in Ibiza. I was there for 7 years. And within the first few weeks of being there, I was at an outdoor party, and I bumped into this guy. He was a yoga teacher, and he was kind of preaching a little bit like, oh my God, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And I was like, actually, yeah. I was trained as a dancer, and I love I like dancing. So for me, the yoga made sense to me, moving the body and stuff like that. So he came around to my villa, and I started private lessons, and
Excellent.
it was amazing. We used to be on the terrace with the sun, looking at the sea.
Wow.
I tried to do at least 3 or 4 times a week with him.
So how long ago was this?
This was 2001.
Wow, long time ago.
Yeah.
Amazing. So you say you're a trained dancer. What style of dance?
I was a contemporary dancer. So I studied all the way through school. I did ballet when I was very young, and I got a scholarship to the London Contemporary Dance Studio, theatre, whatever they're called.
Amazing.
But I sort of found house music, and then decided to just be a DJ instead after all those years of training.
How do you just decide to be a DJ? What
I was
happened?
just crazy. I had to do it. I love the music, the energy, the vibe, and I just felt I had to be part of this scene that was happening. It was our rock and roll. So for me, it just made sense, and I just dropped everything, and I was like, right, this is what I want to do.
Okay, excellent. So what came first? The yoga, then the DJing, or dance was first? Dance, yoga, DJ.
Well, dance first, and then the DJing was second.
Okay.
And then the yoga. Yeah.
Okay. So when you were in Ibiza, was that because you were on the scene? You were DJing when you were living out there?
DJing, living out there.
Right. Okay.
Needed to stay sane, basically.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So when did you realize how far apart? So 2001 was the first class.
Mm.
How much later did you realize you wanted to start teaching yoga?
That was a lot later because I've been teaching for 5 years, so it probably was a year or two before that. So, like, yeah, 7 years ago. And
Okay.
I was, yeah, it took me a long time because I didn't feel very confident in I don't really like speaking in public, put it that way. So that put me off to start. And
That's
then
really
once I got,
interesting.
yeah,
You're a DJ, so
yeah, but
how
I
do you
don't,
not like speaking in public?
you don't speak, and what I do, you just mix. You're in the corner,
Oh, you
not
just
the corner
mix. It's just
anymore.
like
Yeah,
head
yeah, yeah.
down,
I don't speak.
mixing.
Yeah, I
Okay,
just do
you're
my
not
thing.
chat. Okay,
No.
okay,
So yeah, that was a bit daunting to me. So once I did the course, I was like, okay, I can do this, and it helped me actually come out of my shell. And yeah, it did change me, the course.
excellent. So, what do you think? What was it that drew you in to want to teach?
I felt that I just didn't want to stick with the one thing, the DJing. I knew that I was getting older. My life was changing. I wanted to do something else, something that meant something to me, something that was healthy. Because I
Hmm.
thought at one point of being a nutritionalist, because I have been juice fasting for the last 15, maybe more years. Every year I'll do a week and I'll just have juice, colonics, and
Mm,
detox. And I was really interested in the health benefits because I used to feel amazing every year doing this fast. So I studied nutrition for a year,
right.
thinking I was going to be a nutritionist. And then I thought, actually, I don't want to just be sitting in a room listening to people's bowel problems. I was like, "Yeah, that's not me. I need to be moving. I want to stay healthy." So then I got my boyfriend at the time said, "Look, I'll pay for you," kind of thing, and you do the yoga course. So it just made
Excellent.
sense to me because it gives me the same feeling. It's like the DJing. You're giving something to people. We're making people feel good. You're giving
Mm,
energy, and obviously I've got my music. So for me, it's similar. It's quite similar.
excellent. And you combine the two sometimes, don't you? With
I
your
do indeed. I do my
okay.
yoga disco, Smokin Joga, and it's like house music, disco lights, bit of dancing, some yoga.
Amazing, amazing.
Not very
Okay.
purist, I know.
Well, you know what? You know, it's whatever you're drawn to. So yeah, what is purist?
Well, this is the thing for me as well, getting into yoga was because I know a lot of people are very put off by the spirituality. They don't want to chant, they feel it's embarrassing, they can't, certain things they don't like. So I'm trying to slowly pull people in who maybe not, clubbers as well, who don't fancy the spiritual. And then once you're in there, you can start introducing them to the other
Mm,
esoteric elements.
wonderful. So where was your first teacher training? Where, when, and with whom was your first yoga teacher training?
Well, I did it in London. I looked at lots of places abroad, but I just didn't fancy that, going away for 4 weeks and smashing through some course and then coming back and not really knowing what I've done. So I did it over
Mm,
about 8 months, I think, with Claire
hmm.
Missingham, who's amazing.
Who?
Vinyasa,
So with who?
Claire Missingham,
Okay, right. Yeah.
who's so knowledgeable, and she was so inspiring, and really amazing course. Did it in London in Old Street in one of the dance centres there, and that was 5 years
Hmm.
ago. So whenever, what year that was, I don't know.
Wonderful.
2010, no, 2015.
Yeah, 2015. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay. And do you remember how many people were on the training?
I think there was about 25 to 30 of us.
Okay.
Yeah,
And from of the 25, 30, there was you,
yeah,
plus how many others, people of color, on the training?
none.
You were the one.
I was the one.
You was the one. And that was only 5 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, somebody asked me the other day, in their interview, I think it was Jay Gibbs was saying, has that been the norm of all the interviews that I've been doing? So it's about 7 or 8 or 9 now.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it is unfortunately the case where the numbers are going to be smaller. But hopefully now going forward, we start to see a change in the numbers increasing. It's never going to be 50-50, not yet. But, hopefully numbers start to increase. But also more importantly, I think because of the Black Lives Matter protests, studios will do more to start recording who's on their training. Whereas I've asked the question to some studios and they, understandably just haven't been recording it. Whereas now I think there'd be more of a drive to do so.
Right, okay.
So moving on to the highs and lows of the wellness industry.
Yeah.
I'd like you to start with the lows and then end with any highs.
Okay.
And any lows, because there might not be lows for you, but we're asking what sticks out for you when you think of the wellness industry.
I think definitely being on the course, being the only sort of black face, whatever, that felt a bit like, oh, do I fit in? It was a bit like, is this for me? What, how's this going to work? And then very quickly moving out of the course and trying to find jobs in studios. You go there and you get that feeling, actually, I don't look like any of the other teachers. And I know there's a couple of jobs I could have easily got. And it did feel to me like she just doesn't look like any of the other teachers. And, it was just this very white middle class, very skinny women, and this older black woman, it felt a bit on the outside. And I really worried at first that I'd made this huge mistake and I wasn't maybe going to get any work, because no one wanted me. So that was a big low, and that was horrible to come out of the course and go straight into that kind of feeling. And the other lows, I think, is the injuries. I'm not getting any younger, and it's a lot of stress on the body, isn't it? And now, especially with the lockdown, teaching online and having to demonstrate much more often, I am getting a bit broken, to say the least. But,
okay, because I probably should have asked this earlier. What style of yoga do you teach?
Well, I teach Vinyasa Flow, and it's dynamic.
Okay.
So
right.
It's a lot of extra bits that I add in, and it's a good sweaty, strong class. So
okay.
Yeah, it's keeping me fit.
Good.
I can't think of any other particular lows.
So how do you look after yourself then with the injuries?
Lots of massaging.
Okay.
Massages, I should say. Yeah.
What type of massage do you prefer?
I have like a deep tissue or a nice osteopath that will click me back into shape.
Nice. So you shared the lows.
Yeah.
What are your wellness industry highs?
I think the sort of is the energy in the sort of lovely vibes and the people that I've met in the classes that come to my classes and the people that appreciate it and actually say they do or send me messages. And one of my students drew me a lovely picture of myself, and she just said, I absolutely love your classes. And that's like,
oh wow, that's lovely.
It
so
is
like a portrait.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Lovely. Another woman sent me messages yesterday just saying how much she enjoyed the yoga disco and it made her cry. She said she was crying. So
that's great.
That's what I want. I don't want to make people cry at me, but I want to.
It's a release, isn't it?
Yeah,
as much as it's a release. So something needed to come out for her. So that's great.
Yeah, that's been lovely.
Great. So what got you through lockdown? So obviously, what got you through the first lockdown, and how was the second lockdown? Because it's 2nd of December, so we're just out of it today.
Well, the first one, luckily, I've got a friend who I've known for a long time. His name is Laurent, and he's an amazing yoga teacher and meditation teacher. He's like the Don. He knows so much, and he started these free meditation mornings. So like 2 or 3 times a week. So I'd go and do all these different practices that I'd never even heard of before. And
excellent.
It was lovely. We had so many people joining online. It was such a nice thing for him to do. So that
excellent.
Was grounding. And then I did quite a lot of yoga practice myself.
Excellent. Walking. What's his name? Laurent
Raw.
Laurent Raw. Okay, we can look him up on Instagram. Amazing. Is he in London?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Okay. And how was the second lockdown for you?
Well, it was okay because it didn't feel as much, and I but because I was now teaching more, I didn't have any time to really do my own practice. So I was a bit like I'm too tired anyway to practice myself. So it was more of a struggle, I must say. But it's nice to be used to teaching online and having people turn up to your class.
Nice.
The second lockdown was like work lockdown.
Okay. Interesting shift. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So moving on, George Floyd, may he rest in peace. From, you know, his killing and then all the Black Lives Matter protests, where people were recommended to start diversifying their feed, did you notice an increase in followers?
I can't say I did. No.
Okay.
No.
And did you have any studios approaching you to again diversify their teams?
Not really. I mean, I was already in touch with one who took me on. Whether that was part of the initiative,
Okay.
possibly, I don't know. But I can't say no. The phone wasn't ringing with loads of people, but I definitely,
Okay.
I've noticed a few more black faces in some studios. And
Oh, okay.
behind the counter.
As of teaching or staff?
Teaching and staff. Both.
Excellent. Okay, so you have noticed something then.
Yeah.
Okay, great. May more of that continue.
Yeah.
So normally at this point, I say before I open it up to Q&A, do you have any promotions? But what we can do with the Q&A is where you see this posted on Instagram, on YouTube, drop a question into the box and Joe will respond with the answer. That is how we're going to do it this time, offline. So we're now in December. What's the rest of 2020 looking like for you? And what are you looking forward to in 2021? Any big projects, plans? What do you want to share? What do you want to promote?
I haven't got anything to promote right now, unfortunately. I really wanted to be doing a retreat. I found this beautiful place in Cornwall and it's perfect, but I haven't felt very confident about promoting anything right now. I just think we're so up in the air and whether, it's a lot of money to put up. So that's what I work towards. We'll see.
What part of Cornwall is it?
Oh, I don't know Cornwall very well.
Okay.
It's lovely though.
It's beautiful. I went, the first time I ever went was a friend's wedding, like about 5 years ago, and I just couldn't believe how I'd heard it was beautiful, but my God, it was, and it was in the summer, and it was gorgeous. Yeah.
Beach,
yeah, it was really nice. Okay, so a possible retreat in Cornwall
next year. I mean, I definitely want to do another Smokin Joga before Christmas because it's the kind of vibe for Christmas. Little kind of
nice.
vibe. I mean,
Smokin Yoga. Is that the name of the disco?
Yoga. I just
Yoga.
Yoga, yes. The play on my name.
Yoga, I get it, of course. Yes.
I haven't planned much, to be honest. I haven't been. I felt like I couldn't. It was too up in the air, unfortunately.
Okay.
Back on the decks, hopefully.
Back on the decks. Where do you DJ? Do you have a regular residency somewhere?
No, I don't have any residency anymore. I mean, I play regularly for Glitterbox and Defected, so I would have been in Ibiza and Croatia and at Ministry of Sound this year, but that's obviously cancelled. But next year, hopefully, that'll all be back on again, and I'll get my gigs back. So I'm all over the place.
Excellent. So before I say farewell, do you wanna anything you wanna share? Anything you forgot to mention? Any final thoughts before I say thank you so much? And it's been a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. I don't have any final thoughts.
No, it's fine. It's just I always just like to, because sometimes you think, oh, well, I should have mentioned.
I'll remember later. But I actually said that. But
well, do you know what? You can have the beauty of when it posts. You know, our lovely Beck, head of marketing, when she posts it, if you do think of something, you can add it into the comments yourself.
Yeah.
Why don't we do it that way? Okay. It's been a pleasure, my love. Lovely to meet you. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.